So before you get into the exciting stuff, our lawyer told us that we need to put a disclaimer before all these type of videos. So I'm telling you right now that the Hussla Squad is not responsible for any decision you make based off the content here. The full disclaimer is in the description. If you want to get into some deep reading, you can also pause the video. Let's get started. Welcome back, hustlers. Now, if you're watching this video and you've come from the previous videos, well done. You're probably one of the patient ones and you're probably here for the long term. You are going to be successful. If this is your first video, please go back to the start, click on the link to the first video and start from scratch. There is a specific order that you need to watch these videos in. The patient people are the ones who are going to be successful because they have listened and are doing this in the correct order. Alright, so if you're coming from the previous video, you're probably just thinking, well, why do I need the Hussla Squad? Why can't I just Google match betting and go from there? Well, 100%, you 100% can go onto the internet and you will find heaps of information about match betting. You'll find out how to turn over a bonus bet to make guaranteed profit. These methods aren't new. They're easy to learn. They're not rocket science. We said this in the last video. This isn't rocket science. It's not super difficult. It's very simple. And if you want to learn, you can. Those who are patient will put the effort in and actually learn this. But what you must take into consideration is, remember, the bookies are a business. If you're acting like a match bettor and you're putting yourself out there and you're showing them exactly what you're doing, you will get banned. So how do we actually keep making money from this and not getting banned or restricted? That's the question you should be asking yourself if you're a long-term thinker. And this is what we are at the Hussla Squad. We want to prioritize the long term. We aren't here for the short term. We aren't here to make $1,000 today and that's it. We are here to make consistent income and we're going to teach you how to do that. And this is where the word sustainability comes in. Defense and sustainability is the number one variable in how much money you're going to make in the long term. Anyone could come in and make $10,000 in their first month. I promise you that. But to do it long term, that's where defense and sustainability comes in. And we're going to teach you about that now. Now, if you haven't seen this Dunning-Kruger effect graph, it is very interesting. Now, as you can see here, I've already gone through this, but most people who come into gambling or any kind of new investment start off here. They start off with a very high confidence. They think they know everything, but realistically they know nothing and they're at the peak of Mount Stupid. This is most gamblers. They start off here. They then hit a big parlay, they stay here, and then whooshka, they lose a whole heap of money, end up in the valley of despair, and if they're lucky, they slowly climb up this slope of enlightenment, and if they're lucky, they reach the plateau of sustainability. This is where the match bettors are. They are at peak confidence and peak competence because they know exactly what to do. So this is where sustainability comes in. The match bettors who are doing this for a living in the long term are here. Even the match bettors that come in doing it themselves, they'll come in, make a whole heap of money, and then whooshka, all of their accounts are gone, they can't make any money. And they actually aren't lucky enough to get out of this valley of despair because their accounts are done. Once your accounts are done, they are finished. You cannot get them back. The bookies aren't going to give you your accounts back. Once they've identified you as a risk and someone who is useless to them because they can't make money off you, they will remove you from their service. That means you cannot make money anymore. So let that sink in and make sure you remember that. Keep that in the back of your heads because once your accounts are promo banned or restricted, forget about it. You can't do it anymore. So after that big rant and scare tactic about defense and sustainability and how the bookies are going to ban you if you don't pay attention to this, I'm going to tell you where the Hussla Squad is going to help you. And this is where the most valuable part of our service is going to be. We have years of experience and knowledge. We have lived off this for 7 years. This isn't to pump our horns and to make us sound like geniuses. We've done it. We've made all the mistakes in the book. We've got hundreds of accounts banned ourselves in Australia and we know exactly how the bookies look for patterns. You know exactly what not to do. We know exactly what to do to stay under the radar while still making money. We have used these methods and systems for years. They are proven, they work, but the key thing you need to do is you need to have the tricks to stay off the sportsbooks radar. If you're not doing that, you will get banned. You can't make any money. As well as this, we have an online community which we can provide live support 24/7. This is the value of community and the power of association. Once you've got hundreds of people doing the same thing, you will get your community feeding you back information that can constantly update new trends or new things that the bookies are looking for. Every sportsbook is different. Each sportsbook looks for different patterns. They look for different things. We might get some information from one of our customers who tells us, hey, JP, I've just got promo banned from this company and I think it's because of this. We then investigate that and then we feed that back to the community because that's going to help hundreds and thousands of other people who are doing this. And this is the value of the community and this is what we want to create here in the United States of America. We've done this in Australia. We've done it successfully. We've built a huge community around it and we want to transition this over to the United States. So basically what we're going to teach you to do is we're going to teach you how to not get banned and restricted by the sportsbook. This is what can happen. Look at this. FanDuel, your account's been suspended. DraftKings, account restricted. Unfortunately, you can't take action at this time. Please see more in the account to view the restrictions. Once you are banned, I promise you it's all over. They will never reverse a ban because there's no upside. They've got thousands of other customers they can target who are losing. Why would they want to target you when they've identified you as a risk? So make sure you fully understand this. It's a warning because you only get one warning. You won't even get a warning. Once you're done, it is done and you are out of there. You can't make money without promotions, without having those promotions available on your account. Or worse, you can actually get restricted where you can't even place a single bet. Some accounts, and most of the time, you just get promotionally restricted, therefore the promos aren't available to your account anymore. But in the worst case scenario, you can actually get fully restricted from the sportsbook where you can't even place a single bet. So that is what can happen if you don't follow these defense and sustainability rules that we're going to teach in the Platinum Squad. Alright, so just to put a bit of context to why we care so much about sustainability, you should already understand this by now, but if you don't, here is a nice little graph, whatever you want to call it, where we've got month one, where the person comes in and week one, they've made $200, week two, they've made $400, week three, they've made 425, and then week four, they've made 600. Going into month two, they're continuing to make money, and then bang, month three, they are done. A lot of their accounts got promo banned or restricted and their profits are done. They can't make any money anymore. And obviously this is just a hypothetical situation of someone who comes in, and to be honest, 8 weeks is a long time to sustain your accounts if you don't actually play any defense. If you're not playing defense, most likely you're going to get banned probably around week 3 or 4 if you're lucky. Now in the United States, this might actually extend to like the end of the second month. But in Australia, because the bookies are cracking onto it and it's been such a common thing, match betting over the last kind of 7 to 10 years, you're more likely to get banned towards that 3rd or 4th week. So if you're someone who thinks about the long term and you actually want to keep this sustainable, this is what you have to consider, because once again, once your accounts are done, you are banned, and this little graph here ain't going up. Once your accounts are banned, this is going down and your ability to make money is completely done. So make sure you understand that. I'm going to sound like a broken record, but it's a fact. And I promise you now, you will regret losing your accounts if you lose them early, because you'll see the offers and the promos that are going to keep getting released to people, because there are going to be so many gamblers out there losing that the bookies are able to give those promotions to you. And once they're taken off you, your opportunity is gone. You are missing out on huge amounts of money because you didn't play defense in the first place. And remember, once you lose your account, you're not going to get promo offers like these. Look at these promos. They're going to keep being offered to you if you do it properly. There are hundreds and thousands of gamblers out there losing because these type of offers are used to incentivize and entice those losing gamblers to keep betting with that sportsbook. But as a match bettor, these promos and offers aren't to entice us to bet and lose. These promos and offers can be used to make profit, and this is what a match bettor does. So at the end of the day, if these promos are gone from your account, you can't make money. But if they are there, you can continue to keep making money and obviously grow our trees. Remember, we are trying to make as much money as possible in the long term. Our trees are going to keep growing because we keep watering them. But if you rip the tree out from the roots, i.e. your account gets banned, your tree is done and you can't water it anymore. You can put as much water on it as you want, but if there's no roots in the tree, it ain't growing. So remember, lastly and finally, sustainability is the most important part of this operation. Without it, we are legitimately done. At the Hussla Squad, this is our number one point of difference. We have had other services try and tell people how to make money. The easy part is making money. In Australia, we've had people tell us that our service is overpriced and all that because match betting is a finite game. But this is where they don't understand sustainability. People think you can just do this for a couple of months. You're able to do this for months, years, even decades if you do it properly. So make sure you fully understand this. We're going to send it home 100 times and we're going to keep saying it because the people who are here for the long term understand this. The long term people and the long term thinkers understand that defense is most important. They are patient, they listen to the instructions, and they reap the rewards 12, 24 months down the track. Whereas every other person who's done this and thinks they're king after making 10 grand in their first month, then goes and has all their accounts banned 6 weeks later. So I'm going to leave you with a quote as we move on to the next video. Growing wealth requires time and exposure. With match betting, we consistently apply our strategies so that we can become financially free over time. If you can't make money, you ain't going to be able to be financially free. It's just going to be a quick fix, a short-term thing, and that's not what we want. We don't teach short-term quick fixes here at the Hussla Squad. We are here for the long term. Hopefully you are too, and we're going to see you at the next video. Hustler out.